On radio, we've Jacob, and this is section 3 of the chef's slot, and he's just give us a recipe. So if you've missed it, go back to section 2. He's give you a pizza dough recipe and how to prepare it, how to get a recipe. And before that, in section 1, it was your tomato sauce. So there we go. Just get everyone back on board. Jacob, what's next?
So. Yeah, the next thing, basically, we were talking about the planning of stuff then. And what I tend to do, right, is when I'm planning things, like the tomato sauce, what I'll tend to do is I'll write a list of all the recipes that I want, all the meals I want then, basically. I'm making it really important to vary it up a bit, because you'll lose your mind if you're eating the same thing all the time just out of convenience. And that's when you get into takeaway zone. Because what will happen is you'll go, oh, I can't be bothered. This is boring. Let's just grab a takeaway. And then you get into that rut again. So what I tend to do is I make sure that I've got a really varied menu throughout the week or the month then. Basically, try not to repeat it. But what I do is I'll then look, okay, what are the common denominators in terms of ingredients? Onions, eggs, rice, that kind of thing, and I'll buy them in bulk, basically, so that they run throughout the month. Then, for example, your greengrocers will love you if you buy a sack of onions at a time, or something like that. Because onions, they last forever. They last forever, man.
Yeah, we go through loads of onions. Our onions is unbelievable. We go through loads of onions. Probably use 1 to 2 onions a day. You know what I mean? In cooking.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that. Then you've got your the other thing then as well is just at the start of the week, you see these guys, right? It drives me crazy, right? You see these fitness guys, right, talking about meal prep, right, where they've got all those Tupperwares basically full of like ready-made meals. Now that's not meal prep to me. You know, the meal prep to me is basically, meal prep and planning is getting all your stuff chopped and ready to go, so that you can mix and match. So if you're bored with a certain recipe, you can move it to something else. Then basically, you're not feeling like you're going to waste stuff, because a lot of people I find or the feedback I've had then basically is they don't do meal prep as such, because they think they're going to waste it, because they don't know whether they don't know what they're going to fancy that day. So what I tend to do is if you went into a pizza shop, right, you'd see onions chopped, you'd see mushrooms chopped, you'd see cheese grated, you'd see it all ready to go at the drop of a hat then. So that's what I tend to do in the house.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, like, for example, on a Sunday after I've done my shopping, or when the shopping's come in, I bang some music on, right, and I'll just start chopping stuff, knowing that it's going to be used throughout the week. Then, so that takes a lot of your time then out then when you're trying to actually cook the meal.
Right.
So, I mean, the kids can get involved with grating and peeling and stuff like that then as well. See, and it is part of a bonding process then as well.
Well, it's teaching them, innit? It's teaching them how to look after themselves, and then I think that's one of the big issues we've got at the minute. People are not learning those skills and are not able to cook for themselves. I think that's why everyone jumps for the processed food, thinks it's cheap, and it's not cheap, is it? It's not cheap.
No, it's actually more expensive, and you've got to think about this. If it's so cheap, how are these companies making such a massive profit?
Exactly.
You're taking the profit out of their hands then as well. Look at these food packs then, people that we saw in the news this week.
Man, that is just so infuriating. That is just crazy.
Yeah, that was just it was just infuriating, and then there was no sort of here's what you could do with it, that kind of thing. So all they saw was apples, yogurt, that kind of thing. I mean, I've got to say, right, one of my mum's friends is involved with supplying meals for Caerphilly County Borough Council. They've done an amazing job. Actually, it's just the other guys that sort of where you put a company sort of in charge of doing that.
No, someone's just made a big load of cash out of it. It's absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's why we're here. We're here to try and help people and to make them think a little bit. They might not want to make peace or they might not want to do that. But even if it's just one element of what you said today, like I've done we've all done in the past, where we've nipped to the supermarket, we've not decided what we're gonna. I tend to do. I'm going to take on board what you say, because a lot of time what I do is I do it the reverse. I go away, buy a load of stuff, yeah? I know what I've not got in the fridge, and I go and buy it, so I do that bit. But then I go, right, what am I going to make? You know, and virtually every day it's like, what are we having for dinner tonight? And I'm like, oh, and especially when I've done a lot in the station, being creative in the kitchen is not on high on my list. So I think I'm going to do that and try and start planning, right, well, let's have X, Y, and Z over the week. The only day that I tend to know it is a Monday, because I do loads of shows on a Monday and I'm busy. I tend to make a chili on a Monday because I can do it with my eyes shut. It's dead easy for me to produce. And I just go, oh, we're having chili tonight. Yeah, because it's done there. Bosh, I'm going to go and do my show. See you later. Rice is ready. Everything's done. Help yourselves. Yeah. So, yeah, I get it. It makes sense, mate. That might take a lot of pressure off me, because it drives me insane at the minute.
Yeah, and do you know what? Right, you've got the perfect guy opposite me in terms of Sandy then as well. I believe, because curries are so easy to just put on the pot and go.
Oh yeah.
And go then as well. And they take a good curry for me takes a while to do. So you can just sit it. I would imagine you can just sit it then on the pot, then ready to go. And it again, that's cheap then as well.
Yeah,
and
man.
Buying takeaway food, takeaway curries, that kind of thing. If you can get on board with Sandy, then guys, the listeners, then just you can learn how to make your tikka masalas, your biryanis and things like that.
Yeah, it's going to be good, mate. It's going to be good. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. I'm looking forward to it. As you, it's very, very different. But yeah, I think it's been good, mate. It's been interesting, because we start with the basics, what you need to do, prepping for the week, getting your food in place, doing a bit of prep, and we've had a pizza recipe. So, hey, it'd be great if anyone is listening. There's no one listening, but just in case there is the odd one. If you can, I know, mate, it's terrible. If you can make the recipe, and show us your results. A hot oven, though, innit, for a pizza? As hot as you can go, yeah?
Hottest that can go. If you can get yourself a pizza stone as well, even better to sit it on.
Yeah, because that crisps the bottom. I'm talking about this because I've made enough pizzas in the years. That keeps, because that's hot, and it keeps. And one reason why you see a pizza oven is because a domestic oven doesn't get as hot as a proper pizza oven. But if you've got it on full bore, you're going to get as close as you can get. So just to recap, people: 500 grams of strong white flour, 1.5 teaspoons. Yes, teaspoons of salt, 15 grams of instant yeast, 500 millilitres of tepid water, that's lukewarm in other circles, 30 millilitres of olive oil to help laminate your dough, and add the salt on the second proof. Bosh. Like that. I've remembered all that.
Just to recap, it's 400 mils of water. You don't want it too wet. Then.
What did I say? What did I say? Did I mess it up? Did I say
500 mils?
Oh, sorry, mate. And I was reading it out as well. There you go. Anyway, that's wonderful, mate. Well, so what's you'll be on in a couple of weeks' time again. So have you got any? Are you going to be prepping for that? Have you got any ideas what we're going to be talking about?
I'll get some. I'll show you how I do prep then, basically, for that. So I'll give you an idea of what I kind of do then. So let's crack on.
Excellent, mate. Well, thanks very much. Yeah, wonderful. Thanks for spending the time with us this morning. Really interesting stuff, sir.
I love the show. Honestly, I really do. I love you too. You're amazing.
Hey, mate, I love you too. Yeah, I do. You know that. Otherwise, you won't be on the show. Anyway, you have a great day. Have a great weekend, mate. And if you're doing pizzas today, can you share some pictures with us on Duggystone Radio's group? Thank you very much. That'd be great.
Awesome. Signing off, boss.
Wonderful. I'll see you later. You have a great day. We'll get back to the show. Hey, is there any track you want playing before we go? And I'll stick it on for you.
Oh, Guiding Light by Foy Vance.
Guiding Light by who?
Foy Vance, Foy.
I've got it here, mate. Because there's another Guiding Lights in it by another band, Mumford and Sons. They sung that as well. I sort of remembered that.
Yeah.
Well, it's telling me on the screen here, but never mind. Right, I'm going to play this. You want to introduce it, and we'll let you go and get on your merry way, my friend.
Guys, this is Guiding Light by Foy Vance. This has just been an amazing song for me over the past couple of weeks, and it's been quite a spiritual thing, just telling me to get on with it and follow that guiding light.
Excellent, man. You have a great day.